Hi everyone, I'm going to be reading my article which was published at IM 1776 about Elon Musk's attempt to take over Twitter. I like to turn these articles into videos because I know a lot of people, myself included, listen to this stuff while they're working out or cleaning the house or whatever they're doing. But make sure you go ahead and check out IM 1776. I'll put a link in the description below to the original article. They do a lot of great work and are willing to publish some of your favorite anonymous Twitter users who otherwise wouldn't have a platform, so you should really stop by, check it out, and support them if you can. But that said, let's get started. The original title of the article was Elon Musk's free speech takeover shocks Twitter to its core. Twitter's blue-check Praetorian Guard shrieked in agony at the announcement that billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk had offered to purchase the company for $43 billion on Thursday morning. All the worst humans imaginable spent the day venting their rage on the platform, predicting varying levels of apocalypse at the prospect of having the site's notoriously biased censorship rolled back. Musk had previously made it clear in an interview that his motivations for purchasing the platform were not financial, but instead centered on concerns about free speech and the limitations on discourse the influential social media platform has been placing on America and the wider world. The tech billionaire has been outspoken in his criticism of how the site conducts itself in relation to censorship. It's not a secret that the social media giant has a long history of locking, shadow banning, or even outright removing accounts for expressing the wrong political opinions or banning factual information that contradicts the popular political narratives surrounding issues like COVID or the ongoing debate on transgender ideology. And Musk has seemed particularly concerned about the way in which heavy-handed censorship impacts the democratic process, a position that is entirely justified, especially after the platform infamously locked the account of one of the largest newspapers in the country when it attempted to share the shocking revelations about Hunter Biden just a few weeks before the election. That story has since been reluctantly vindicated by other mainstream outlets, but Twitter, as well as Facebook, was happy to block the news at a crucial moment in what was a clear attempt to aid the regime and manipulate the 2020 American election. They then proceeded to ban the sitting president of the United States for good measure. Twitter is not just another social media platform, and both Musk and his opponents are fully aware of this. The microblogging site may have a relatively small user base compared to its closest competitors, but what it lacks in volume it more than makes up for in influence. Twitter is the preferred platform for our elites, journalists and media pundits, basically the people who are responsible for weaving the narrative every American is forced to ingest, whether they realize it or not, all operate within the Bird app. The site serves as a networking tool and dopamine dispenser for the class charged with controlling what the average person sees, hears, and thinks. But that class has become increasingly terrible at their job, and the only way Twitter has been able to defend its status is by banning anyone who becomes too effective at challenging the narrative or exposing how embarrassing those that craft it have become. The reason Elon Musk's offer is so dangerous to the regime is that it promises to pry an inept and decadent class of parasites out of their carefully crafted safe spaces and force them to once again face the public they so callously manipulate on a regular basis. The immediate reaction to Musk's offer was both predictable and hilarious, as verified journalists, professors, and various celebrities compared Musk to a Marvel supervillain, a world-ending calamity, and of course, Adolf Hitler. The perpetually pro-war and anti-American political pundit Max Boot even went so far as to proclaim that the billionaire represents a danger to the Western world because censorship is essential to the defense of democracy. As glorious as the salty meltdowns were to behold, there are good reasons for those who oppose the regime to be skeptical of Musk's takeover bid. There are questions regarding how the billionaire would finance the massive acquisition, as most of his assets are currently tied up in Tesla and SpaceX stock. Rumors have already begun circulating about the SEC and DOJ conducting a joint investigation into Tesla after hearing the news of Musk's offer to purchase Twitter. In addition, investment groups like Kingdom Holding Company and the Vanguard Group claim to have acquired large positions in Twitter with the intention of blocking Musk from completing the hostile takeover, though at this moment it's not exactly clear if the former even actually has a significant holding in the company. Yet even if the billionaire was to acquire Twitter, we may not see the radical change that many of us are hoping for. While a rollback of the draconian censorship that plagues the social media site does seem likely, it is unclear how far it would reach. Would banned accounts be restored? Would censored information of all types be allowed to make a return? Would behavior deemed hateful or harassment continue to see moderation? Free speech is a broad term and almost no one has the same definition, so it is hard to know what Musk's vision would actually look like once it's being applied to the site. In addition, the world's richest man has repeatedly expressed an interest in ending anonymity on the site. While Musk may be able to end censorship on Twitter, he cannot stop retribution for heterodox political opinions in real life. Like it or not, anonymity is a crucial tool that protects the ability of the average person to voice their real opinions, and it is concerning to see someone who seeks to bring free speech back to Twitter speak out against it publicly. While one can debate the likelihood that our ruling elites will allow Musk to acquire Twitter or what the business mogul would do once he has acquired the platform, one thing is for sure. This power play has shaken the regime to its core. The obvious coordination of multiple corporate entities, government organizations, investment firms, foreign rulers, and media outlets to stop even one single piece of the cultural manufacturing apparatus from falling into the wrong hands has laid bare the deep corruption at the heart of our system. It is hard for our elites to continue to justify their rule through fictions like free enterprise, democracy, or the marketplace of ideas when they are willing to so blatantly subvert those institutions the moment their power is challenged. Even if this gamble fails, Musk deserves credit for putting the whole rotten mess on display for all to see. That's the end of the article, guys. The main update that's happened since it went live is that Twitter has introduced a poison pill option that would generate many more shares and make it much harder for Musk to buy a controlling interest in the company. But like I said, if you enjoyed the article, make sure you follow the link to IM1776 below. Check out the original there, maybe share it out, and enjoy some of the other content. I want to thank them for hosting my work, and of course, I want to say to you that if you like this video, please go ahead and click like. If it's your first time here, please go ahead and subscribe. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter or Gab, or if you'd like to subscribe to my Rumble or Odyssey channel, all those links are below the video in the description. If you would like to support me on Subscribestar like all these amazing people do, you can go ahead and also follow that link in the description. I have retooled the Subscribestar, so anyone who donates will of course be thanked on this video, but if you donate a little more, I'll be thanking on live streams. There's also a tier that allows you access to an exclusive Subscribestar only video that I'm going to be doing once a month, so I'll be doing that very soon, probably going to be getting that out in the next couple days. So if you want access to that, make sure to check out the Subscribestar. And I also want to stop for a minute and go ahead and thank you guys who supported me when I was on Timcast. It was really heartwarming to see how many of you showed up, were in the comments, and really giving me a lot of support. That was a big boost. I really appreciate that. That was really touching. So again, just thank you. It's so great to know, that people enjoy what you're doing and that they're there and they're rooting for you like that. That's just awesome. So thanks again. I really appreciate you guys making all of this possible, and as always, I'll talk to you next time.